What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to the Fair Shake Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Fats, aka The Beast. I'm going to pass it on to the next co-host, the Captain.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your boy Killer Ghost, aka Chris. Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, and I'll pass it to the next host.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening. And now on to the show. So, this is an impromptu episode of the Fair Shake Podcast. We're not gonna name this one, we're gonna name it. We're not gonna number it. This is gonna be an offshoot, just about what's going on and wanting to, just speak on the subject that's been going on, the Black Lives Matter movement, the police brutality. I think is important now. We stick and help each other instead of hurt each other. We need a time of solidarity. I think what's important is that people are losing the sight of what's really the issue. Us three currently, Fats, Chris, and I myself, we live in the Bronx, and the fact that last night all I heard was helicopters and gunshots and the police yelling out, everybody go home and fuck the police and blah blah blah. It really doesn't help, and it's not something good. One, we're suffering because of this pandemic that's going on. Give it 2 weeks before we start seeing outbreaks. If people are not safe, because you go from peaceful protesting to looting, and that to me is I don't know how it comes about, but what I can say is that what's going on isn't anything that I had expected to see in my lifetime. I'm sure you guys probably feel the same. I doubt y'all feel differently, that this is probably one of the worst times we're experiencing. So I'd like to see I'd like to know how you two guys are doing right now.
From as long as I can remember, since I've been born, yeah, I agree. This is probably the worst. First off with the pandemic, and then this on top of it is like just adding fuel to the fire. Like, first off, everything we've like done these past 2-3 months, like staying home and all that stuff, all like I feel like it might be to waste, because maybe the second wave is gonna come sooner than we thought because of this. People are protecting themselves, yeah, with the mask and stuff, but still, you can only do so much. And but it's also for a good cause, because, well, not the looting and stuff, but the peaceful protesting is for a good cause. But the looting and stuff, especially like we're recording this Tuesday, the 2nd.
Tuesday. Yeah, it's definitely gonna go up today.
Okay. So last night I was watching a Facebook Live, and people are stealing sneakers from stores and stuff like that. Like that's to me is dumb. Like, that doesn't help the message that people are trying to bring out right now. That's just making everybody look bad. But I can see why, like the burning and stuff, I can see why people doing that, because it's been a long time people have been trying to do it peacefully and nobody's listening.
Mhm.
So
No, you're right. You're right.
that's how I feel on it.
Yeah, I have a lot to say, and when it comes to this, first and foremost, I wanna, it's hard dealing with certain things like this, because, we do have families, and we have family all over the Bronx, and, George Floyd wasn't killed in New York. He was killed in Minneapolis by a cop. And it pisses me off that this even happened, you know. Cops are trained in multiple different ways on how to deal with a situation. And this cop had complete and very disgusting judgment when it came to just that whole situation. You know, a man lost his life when he didn't need to. You know what I'm saying? It's not right to ever take a life, especially especially in the way that it happened, you know. Um I agree with the protest. You know, it's come to a point where people are sick of this, you know. The people of color in general. You know, it happens more times to our African American brothers than it does Spanish or Asian or any other person of
Race,
color.
ethnic.
So it's like, I get everybody's upset. I'm upset. I'm pretty sure you are upset too. I don't agree with what's going on around in our country. We are, we, they came to this land. I'm gonna, they came to this land and they claimed it, pretty much stole it from the people who already were here, right? Yet we are still the ones who built this country from the ground up. Because you're upset, now everyone is taking a hard turn where you're burning everything we built to help each other. I was just outside going to pay my rent and I see pharmacies, liquor stores that were looted last night.
I
That
think
that doesn't make sense to me.
that's one thing that annoys me is seeing the pharmacies get hit. You understand? Like, there's people waiting for their prescription pills, you know, that may not get it. Who knows?
Exactly. And the whole point of looting, what is the whole point of looting? You want to break in to stores and steal their stuff? Who does that help? You want to rob a liquor store and you take their liquor, fine, you have a couple bottles for a couple months, but who does that really help? When this whole pandemic shit is over and this country tries to go to 100%, these small businesses are going to close down. Some of these big businesses are going to close down their locations. And if they don't close down, guess what's going to happen? There are not going to be enough jobs for everyone.
Yeah, not even to mention the fact that the small businesses are hurting right now. You understand?
Because
Like
they
these,
can't even be open.
they can't be open. SBA loans was taken by big corporations, cutting out the little man. You understand? The little guy. Families that have their employees, basically some of them are family, so they're getting paid probably nickel to a dime. You understand? And it's just frustrating. It's frustrating to see that I have four beautiful boys. Fats, you have your nephews, you understand, and your nieces. Chris, I'm pretty sure you know of children that if you wanted to spend time with them, take them out. When is the right time now? You understand? Because let alone us being able to play our softball Sundays or even just to hang out. Now I have to worry about, you know, on a wider spectrum. Like, how does this continue? Like, why would you wake up, you know, plan out a whole day of, oh, I'm gonna loot and rob and steal from whomever. You understand? Okay, you want to give it to the big guy. You want to steal from, I don't know, big corporations like Best Buys and shit like that. But you're knocking people out of jobs. You understand? When they wake up in the morning to feed their family themselves, They're no different from anyone else. Why should they have to endure that? You understand? It's one thing to protest peacefully. I get it, and come out and use your anger and tell people, you understand? If you can't hear me now, you understand? If you didn't listen to me before, listen to me now by doing this. You understand? It's unfair. One, I don't understand how people have no shame in what they're doing. It's just mind-boggling to me. Waking up to seeing the neighborhood in shambles, I think it's a shame. Um, Fordham Road, I basically grew up shopping there. So the first video I saw was of the jewelry store. Maybe I went in there once or twice, you understand? But seeing not grown men, not people with a cause, straight up looters, fucking bums, you understand? Literally going tooth and nail to break into the fucking store to take what, a chain, 2, 3, you understand? Seeing full on mattresses being thrown in the street, getting lit up on fire. Seeing sneaker stores on Webster, getting fucking their sneakers robbed. You understand? For what? For whom? Yeah, we're hurting as a nation. We're hurting. This is cutting real deep. You know, is there's countless, I don't know, needless fucking things with the police not being police themselves. You know, the one video that struck me was with the black guy that he's telling them, you got the wrong person. Under what, under whose rights are you, telling me that you're looking for the person that I'm not? And he's like, a warrant. And he's like, what warrant? I believe you have a warrant. So you think I have a warrant. Something that doesn't, make sense. And then when they dig into the guy's pocket, he's an FBI agent. And when they look over and he asks us to speak to the supervisor is basically saying, oh, he made a mistake. We found out who you are. We uncuffed you. You're free to go. No, you didn't make a mistake. You racial profiled.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'll tell you one thing. I'm not black. I'm 31 years old. 5'11". I'm a big dude. I could tell you the times I've been walking home or hanging out with friends, getting pushed up to the Bronx Zoo on Southern Boulevard, getting patted down. For what reason? Because they seen or heard something happen in the area and they wanted to know what had happened. So who they see, one person, don't fit the description, but they throw me up against the wall. One time I was coming home from church on a Friday night, and I was gonna go hang out and play with my friends at their house and play some Smash Brothers, and thrown up against not too far from the church. It was maybe 4 of us. We do not look the type to be fucking robbing, stealing, or anything, And what they said was, we fit the description of multiple people outside shooting fireworks. Why would we be shooting fireworks? Walking calmly down the block. And then the guy came on and said, and told us, shut the fuck up, stand up against the wall there. We're the law. And these guys were not even wearing fucking police uniforms. They had on, regular ass fucking detective clothes or undercover clothes or whatever the fuck they had on, Then they dig in my pocket and they see I have a GameCube controller, and he goes, oh, you're free to go. But before they checked me, they go, oh, anything in your pocket that could cause any harm? And I didn't say anything at all. So one of my friends came out and said, yeah, if you play against him in Smash Brothers, and he was slick with the mouth. I get it. And the guy was like, oh, okay, you want to be funny. You understand that when they digged in my pocket, they thought it was a controller. He goes, oh, it'd be a shame if you didn't have it anymore, right? And I just stood quiet because the truth is nobody wants to end up a hashtag. I don't want to be a hashtag.
Mhm.
You know, it's just fucked up. It really is. These
Yeah.
neighborhoods, like I said, Fordham Road is just disgusting, terrible, terrible. Like I dead want to go fucking get a broom and some garbage bags and go help these fucking mom and pop shops that did not deserve this. You know, you shouldn't destroy where you fucking live. Your economy where you live shouldn't suffer because you know, want to go out and make a state to claim that we're doing this for this reason, and that's not the reason. It's two different things that's going on.
Yep. I definitely agree. Shit is disgusting. Uh, I was watching, you know, like Instagram stories yesterday of one of my friends. She's driving around with her pops, and they're driving around Fordham, and the way Fordham looked, it's something you only see in movies, or you would have
Mhm.
thought that you saw in movies.
Mhm.
And you know, and one of the videos, they robbing the liquor store, and this guy comes out with 8 bottles, and you know, it's not, and not only the Instagram stories, like I've actually witnessed it myself, you know, with my very own eyes. I'm, you know, chilling with my wife here, and we looking out the window, and there's a commotion, and groups of, I'm pretty sure it had to be from 17 to like maybe 25 years old, guys with 2x4s, even females with them. You know, trying to rob old Franks. You know, and mind you, Franks sells everything. They got everything
Including
from
guns
knives,
and
guns,
fucking bows.
machetes, bows, arrows. Like, imagine getting into that. You know, and thank God, you know, the cops showed up. Somebody called the cops. The cops showed up, and you know, they were planted there the whole night. They're still there now. As we record, they're there now, and it's crazy, man. Like, I don't know, and I pretty much begged my wife, yo, take off for work, take off for work, take off for work, and you know, the shit is scary. You
No,
know,
absolutely.
anything could fucking happen, man. Especially she's working in Fordham right now, so it's like it's so close. It's pretty much next door to where she works. Anything could happen from now, you know, to when I go pick her up, and it's like I can't be there because I have to work from home. So it's like, how am I supposed to protect her?
And that's your first instinct, you know. Um, in most cases, I don't think that anybody in their right mind would run for themselves first if they're with someone, you know.
Mhm.
Um, instinctively, you know, especially, you know, you're on your way to being married. The game has changed for you. That's not someone that, you know, you break up overnight with. That's someone that you planning, you know, the rest of your life with. So
Yeah.
it's only right for you to feel the way you do, you know. This morning I walked my wife downstairs to her boss's car because her boss came to pick her up, which I'm grateful for that. Um, later today she has a meeting with the Bronx borough president, and I just hope that, you know, the message gets spread out the proper way, you know.
Mhm.
Again, guys, this is an impromptu podcast. Typically, we're much more lively than this. Next week you guys are gonna get your regular Fair Shake podcast episode. Um, if anybody else wants to add anything to this, um, speak freely.
Well, I I have something to say. I don't know if they've done it already 'cause I haven't seen any like videos, but I know that they were like even in that video that I think Fat was talking about with the 2x4s and stuff. They were saying, "Oh, we have Fordham and co-op is next or whatever." I've been hearing that a lot.
Yeah, I saw like
And
an invitation.
and my aunt, she works because right now there's a coronavirus testing site in Co-op, and my aunt works there. And it's like Fat said, it's like you're worried because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like people are right now, they're doing crazy stuff. So I haven't seen anybody, thank God, like get hurt or anything, like from the looting and stuff. But you never know. Like people could be like, oh, stop or whatever, like trying to stop people and they get hurt by, doing that. And I don't want anything to happen to anybody. Like, just, I'd rather you just loot the place, take whatever you want than people getting hurt over this. So,
And this is true what Fat said. It's, the demographic is 17 to 25, You're just inciting harm for what?
Like I said, they looting. They're just destroying each other. We're trying to fight. We're trying to fight a war on racism, and here you are taking from your own people. I don't care if it's a big business or small business. In those businesses, African Americans work there, blacks work there, Spanish work there. People of all colors work in these businesses, and here you are taking from them. When the country finally opens up 100%, there's not going to be jobs for anyone. If you're looking for a job, you're pretty much fucked right now. If you're trying to hold up on your business, you might have to close down and shut down. Like, it's sad what's happening because we're just taking from each other. We're taking food out of kids' mouths. You understand what I'm saying? We're taking the liberty, like people, like you said earlier, people probably can't get their prescriptions now from the pharmacies because people are looting pharmacies. How long is it going to take for people to get their prescriptions, their medication that they need in order to survive? So if they don't get that, and God forbid they pass, then everybody's responsible for that death as well. Here we are fighting a war against racism because a black man was killed by a Caucasian officer. And here we are, black on black crime, taken from our others.
It's like just, you don't shit where you eat, you know? You don't fucking do what you're doing and claiming it's for one thing when clearly that's not the case. Your message of you looting a fucking mom and pop shop doesn't make no sense to me, you know? If you want to do it to the fucking people that are getting saved by these big business fucking, bailouts. I can't access my Chase account right now for whatever reason.
Because they
And
looted the banks.
and every time I look at the fucking video, it just annoys me more and more when I see the videos of whole bank ATMs pulled out. Like, how long did you have to fucking be there to pull out a fucking ATM, you know, machine? And it's like, yeah, I know the bank has insurance, you understand, and that's really where your money comes from. But it's just like, there's things that I have to do. There's things that I have to pay. And I can't access my shit because some fucking asshole decided to go into Chase. And there's a full-on video of a guy with a fucking crowbar going at the ATM. Bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang. And another fucking guy watching. Then there's in the video where the fucking guy takes a pickup truck, one of them U-Hauls, and fucking a buck 80 drives into the fucking front of Wells Fargo's. For what? Make sense out of this, man, because it's ridiculous. It's annoying. You know, we got hit with curfews. That's no different from the eventual martial law when our own president is sitting up there saying that, you know, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. That's inciting fucking. That's literally, provoking, just provoking it. And I hate to say it. I hate to talk about politics. It's one thing that when we started this cast, one of the foundations I didn't want to bring up was politics, religion, you know. But it's a shame because we're living this now in this fucking era. 2020, everybody came into this. 2020 is going to be the year of, you know, where you can see everything clear, blah, blah, blah. And it's just been one fucking fuckfest after another, after another, and after another.
I also have something else to say. Um, Even like I see a lot of recently like gaming companies. Like PlayStation was supposed to have a thing this week. Call of Duty, they delayed their update. A lot of gaming companies are like doing stuff like that. Like I understand um showing that you're with the people and stuff, but at the same time like delaying stuff or like not wanting to show like the new system and stuff. I feel like that's, to be honest, that's like not a good idea, cuz it's like for us especially, like games are like an escape from all this stuff that's going on around us, and games are like the thing that keeps everybody, that's what keeps you home.
Hmm.
Like something comes out, oh yo, I'm not gonna. I think, in my opinion, it would be like, oh, I'm not gonna go do all this looting and stuff. The new Call of Duty update is, I'd rather stay home and play that. You never know how many
Hmm.
people you could take off the streets by that.
No, you're absolutely right. How
And
many, how fast did, Switches sell out as soon as fucking, Animal Crossing dropped?
yeah, exactly. When this pandemic started,
You know,
and
people are connecting in ways that they didn't before through games, and you're absolutely right.
yeah, like you can. I like that they post like that they're with the people and all that stuff, but delaying stuff I don't think was a good move, honestly. I feel like they saying it's because of what's going on, but I think it's because honestly it's corporations is always going to be about the money. So I feel like they think right now is not a good time because people aren't home, they're all doing all this stuff, so they're not going to be fully paying attention to their product. That's what I think.
No,
That's the
I
real
agree with you.
reason.
I agree with you.
But if it was me, I would be like, hey, you know what? Like I saw on Reddit, I saw a good idea. Call of Duty has that endowment stuff, right? For the veterans. They could have did
Hmm.
something like that for this. They could have had a nice little skin, a calling card or whatever, and then all the proceeds go to a charity to help all
Hmm.
this that's going on right now.
Hmm.
They could have easily done something like that instead of delaying their thing. Or PlayStation, oh, everybody that watches or whatever, or, let's say they're on Twitch. If you subscribe to us, all the proceeds will go to a charity, something.
Yeah, because they
You
have
could have
big
done this way
platforms.
better.
They have
Yeah.
major platforms. On Saturday, I was actually listening to the Dave Guetta relief COVID. Was it COVID or like just like a charity of your choice or whatever? But he pretty much played. He had a whole DJ set, you know, and all the proceeds, over 400,000, was donated to that. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they have the platforms for that, you know. I don't think what she's saying um does them any harm. It helps them. And that's one of those things where people call $1 million idea. You literally handed them something, you know. So
Another thing, another thing that pisses me off. Everybody, this started so we can get we this that the whole police brutality could stop on all black lives matter. That's the movement that's going on. This started because, like I said, a white male cop killed a black male, pedestrian for whatever reason, for the stupidest thing. He lost his life, and everybody's rioting and looting these places. And what is it? How are you helping this man? He's gone from this world, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want none of this to happen. He's gone. How are you helping his family? How is justice being served by looting these, our community stores? Because that's what it is. You're destroying our neighborhoods. For what? It's not going to bring him back. It's not going to change the fact that this keeps happening over and over and over again. It's not paying for his funeral. It's not paying for his burial or cremation or whatever his family decides to do. It damn sure didn't pay for his autopsy. It's not going to pay his mother's rent. It's not going to pay his brother's car note. It's not going to do anything. It's not helping his family whatsoever. So these lootings are completely selfish acts. You really want to protest? You really want to show the country what it is? Gather everybody and go sit on the George Washington Bridge and stop all traffic. Go sit in the Brooklyn Bridge and stop all traffic. Stop all cars from coming in and out of the city. Go sit at City Hall. Go sit at the White House. Like, those are things that you can do. Stop the city from moving, but do not stop the businesses from growing, because that is the only way that people are going to survive.
Or like you saying, instead of I would like instead of buying from like big businesses like Target or Nike, start supporting the small mom and pop shops more, instead of looting them and shit. Doesn't make any sense.
You know how many businesses must have woke up this morning to go get their stuff ready for the day, and they in fucking tears
Yeah,
crying?
look at the that liquor store that fell. So I saw the the guy going back into it and is destroyed, bro. And for what? Liquor, really? So you could get a little buzz for the night after you've done all this stupid stuff? I don't understand. Like I don't like, it's hard because, like I said, I understand some of the other side because people have been protesting this for years, bro. As long as I can remember. And nothing's changed. So it's like, once you back somebody into a corner long enough, what else they gonna do but fight back?
And I have plenty of black friends that I absolutely love. You know, my nephew, he's full on black. You know, I wouldn't want him to live in a world where, you know, he's mistaken for someone he's not because of the color of his skin. You know, I have nieces and nephews that are multi-race. You know, and I would hate for them to have to continue or to ever endure, you know, what these people have endured or enduring at the moment. So if you guys want to close out, I'm fine with anything. Um, for those that were listening on YouTube, podcast, Podbean, or Apple Podcast, um, I appreciate it. Typically, we have, a more lively cast. We talk about video games and such, life and everything, but this is something I couldn't, not respond in a way. We have a platform. I want to be able to have people, listen and know that we in this together. We have to be, it has to be some form of solidarity where we get up each and every day and we help one another instead of being fucking, you know, the things that they want us to be. We're not those people. I don't believe that the people that are genuinely, you know, going out there hurting shit are those people. Don't make them, don't make us feel a stigmatism that we're not. So
Yeah. Stop making all um these false lies about us. Stop making them true.
Yeah, if you can, I say if there's always a better way to do stuff than the way we're doing it now. So let's stop doing it the wrong way and do it the right way.
I stand by all. I hope everyone stays safe.